You and your life are a part of this universe. Your light and being contributes to it. And right now, you're dimming it, and you. Not because life is hard, and I know it can be, but because you decided that you were the least important thing in it. And somewhere along the way, that started to feel noble, virtuous even. Like the more you gave, the less you kept for yourself, the better person you were. Today, I want to challenge that idea completely. In this video, I'm going to show you why not taking care of yourself is the real selfishness, what it's quietly costing you and costing everyone around you, and some specific ways to start replenishing yourself without guilt and without leaving anyone behind. Because what I've seen in 20 years of working with people and in my own life is that not taking care of yourself is not selfless. It is the most costly thing you can do. Let's go. I'm Donnielle Carter, certified wellness coach, and my friend, you know exactly who you are. You are the last one to sit down at dinner, the first one up, and the last one to rest. You say yes before anyone finishes asking, and somewhere in the quiet, when nobody needs anything for 30 seconds, you feel this longing, this whisper of, I just need a moment. And then the guilt comes right behind it. Who am I to need a moment? Look at everything that still needs to be done. Look at everyone still waiting. My friend, this video is for you. And I want you to stay with me all the way through because by the end, I want you to know how important you are and that you should be taken care of by others, but most importantly, by you. Let's start with the one thing that nobody says out loud. Not taking care of yourself is selfish. I know that landed oddly for a lot of you, but stick with me, okay? Think about it this way. When you consistently run yourself into the ground, when you give from empty, show up exhausted, operate on fumes, what are you gifting the people in your life? You're giving them the depleted version of you, the distracted version, the short-tempered version, the version that is physically present, but not really there. And you have convinced yourself that showing up that way is generous because at least you showed up. But here's the truth. You cannot share what you don't have. You cannot pour warmth from a cold place, and you cannot give presents when you're not present yourself. You cannot offer the full, alive, expansive version of you, the one that people actually need, when that version is buried underneath exhaustion and the belief that your needs comes last. So when you don't take care of yourself, the people you love don't get the real you. They get the remainder. And I want to ask you, is that really what you want to give them? Because that is the real selfishness. Not taking time for yourself and giving everyone the leftover version of you and calling it love. I want to go a little deeper here because I think this is the part that changes things. You, my friend, are not just a person managing a to-do list. You are a living, energetic part of this universe. Your presence contributes something that nobody else contributes. Your specific light, your specific frequency, the way you show up in a room, in a conversation, in someone's life, that is yours alone. And the universe needs it. And when you don't take care of yourself, that light dims. Not dramatically, not all at once, just gradually, quietly. The way a candle gets smaller when you don't tend to it. Here's what I want you to hear. It's not just you that loses when that happens. The people around you lose. Your relationships lose. The contributions only you could make, the ones that were meant to flow through you specifically, those never arrive. You taking care of yourself is not a personal indulgence. It is you honoring your place in something larger than yourself. It is you saying, I take my involvement seriously enough to maintain it. And that is not selfish. That is genuine contribution and acknowledging your place in this quantum conscious universe we all live in. I want to tell you about a time my body made this point very clear to me because I wasn't making it clear to myself. I was working for a company where I had become the person everyone counted on. Donnielle will do it. Donnielle can handle it. And I wore that like a badge. I genuinely loved being useful. I loved showing up. I loved being the person people could count on. And then came this 5-day event. From sunrise to sundown, 5 full days of giving everything I had to everyone who needed it. And I walked into the event tired, and by the end, I had nothing left. Less than 0, actually. And I walked away from the event with bronchitis. My body, which had been sending me signals for weeks, probably months, finally stopped asking nicely and just made me stop. And lying there, genuinely ill, I had to look at something honestly. I had not been listening. Not to my body, not to the signals, not to the universe, not to the moments where something in me said, you need rest, you need space, you need to feed yourself with something other than work and obligation. I had been telling myself and my universe that I was the least important thing in my own life. And my body agreed. It took me out of the game completely, which helped no one. Not the company, not the people counting on me, and not the universe I thought I was serving by running myself into the ground. The most useful thing I could have done for all of them, myself included, was to take care of myself before it became a crisis. I learned that lesson the hard way. You don't have to. Here's something I want you to consider. Every time you skip rest, every time you push through when your body is asking you to stop, every time you put yourself at the bottom of that list again, you are sending a message to your body, to your nervous system, to the universe. And that message is, I am the least important thing here. Don't worry about me. And your body hears that. Your nervous system internalizes that. Your energy responds to it. And over time, that becomes a baseline for your functioning. A belief lived in the body, not just a thought in the mind. And here's the part that doesn't get talked about enough. When you are that depleted, when you are running that far below what you need, you also lose your capacity to receive. You are too tired to notice good things arriving, too exhausted to be present for the moments that matter, too depleted to receive the very abundance you've been asking for. Because receiving requires a kind of openness that exhaustion shuts down. So you aren't just losing your energy, you are losing your ability to experience your own life. And that is far too high of a price to pay. Let me speak to something frankly. A lot of people reading between the lines of everything I just said are waiting for that feeling of permission. Not the word permission, because that feels too vulnerable to ask for and you don't really need it, but that feeling of it. The sense that someone they trust has looked them in the eye and said, it is okay. You are allowed. Go. So let me be that for a moment. Let me tell you, you are allowed to rest before you are exhausted. You are allowed to say no without it being a declaration of war. You are allowed to choose something for yourself. A walk, a quiet hour, a moment of actual stillness, without needing to justify it to anyone. And here's the thing I really want you to get. Taking care of yourself does not mean abandoning the people you love. You do not have to leave anyone in the dust to fill your own cup. Yes, sometimes self-care means saying no, but not from defiance, not from anger or resentment, from a genuine honoring of yourself and everyone involved. Because when you come from a full place, your yes means something. It means more. When you show up rested and replenished, the people in your life, they feel the difference. And that is not selfish. That is the gift. I want to clear up something because I think the word self-care has been given a very expensive reputation it doesn't deserve. Self-care doesn't have to mean a spa day that you can't afford, or a perfect morning ritual that takes 2 hours. And it is not something you earn after you have done everything else first. Self-care can be 5 minutes outside with your face in the sun. It is a glass of water before the coffee. It's sitting down for a meal instead of eating standing up over the sink. It is a 10-minute walk, an earlier bedtime, the phone put down. It is saying just once today, this moment is mine. It is small, it's consistent, it's unglamorous, and it changes everything over time. The goal is not perfect self-care practice. The goal is creating a consistent signal to your body and your universe that says, I matter here too. And that signal, repeated over time, shifts things. Your energy shifts, your capacity shifts. Your light, that specific contribution only you make, gets brighter. And that brightness brightens everything around you. You, my friend, came into this world with a light that is entirely your own. Nobody else carries it. Nobody else can offer what you specifically bring. And the world, the people in it, the universe holding all of it, needs that light functioning at its fullest. Not the dimmed version, not the depleted, running on empty, the I'll take care of myself eventually version, the full version. And the only way to have that is to choose it. Not perfectly, not all at once, just today. Just do one small thing. I challenge you to do it. 5 minutes, a breath, a moment that belongs entirely to you, because that is where it all starts. You are not the least important thing in your life. You are the source of everything that you give. Treat yourself accordingly. Thank you so much for being here today and for pushing play. If this contributed to you in any way, please subscribe, like, and share it with somebody who needs to hear that taking care of themselves is not selfish, it's required. And check out this video right here for more mindset shifting tips and tricks. And until we play again, keep creating a life that inspires you every day to live it. I'll see you soon.